Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie. Where are we?
Welcome to Chicago.
We're all over the place.
We have been all over the place for the last couple of months. If you're wondering, how did we get here? What are we doing here? How long are we going to be here? All great questions. We've been on the road for 40 days now, I guess.
Kind of on the road.
Kind of on the road. In that time, we have finished a 100-mile race.
Did.
Got rear-ended in our brand new RV.
Totally.
The battery is being replaced in the house in the new RV, so we're without the van for the next 30 to 40 days-ish. Now, most of our family is from the Midwest here, and we are renting a condo in Chicago through the end of the year. All of this stuff kind of just roll with the punches sort of thing is what it is.
Yeah, do you know what the best thing that maybe came out of this is?
What's that?
We had our Patreon meetup.
Oh, that's right. We had the meetup. That was awesome. So fun and so great to meet everybody here in the Midwest. And we're going to keep doing that type of thing because everybody has been wonderful and we've had a great time. So it's our 4-year anniversary.
Can't believe it.
We've seen a lot and done a lot with the Bourbon Van. When I say anniversary, it's not our
Not personal.
No.
Of the channel. Did you think it would live this long?
No.
Me neither.
This started as a COVID project, and I remember at the time saying, if this gets 100 subscribers a month, if we manage to get over 1,200 subscribers in the first year, I'll consider continuing to do it. And we had something like 3,000 or 4,000 in the first year. So we're stuck with it now. We cannot get rid of it. Look, it's been a wonderful 4 years. Thank you, all of you who have come along for the ride. That's a van joke.
Oh, like it.
Sure.
Yeah.
And today
Hitchhikers.
We love our hitchhikers here at the Bourbon Van, our hop-ons. And
you're going to get hop-ons.
You're going to get some hop-ons. So today we're drinking something a little bit special. This is from 15 Stars. This is their Fine Aged Spirits Platinum Bourbon, and this was sent to us by the good people at 15 Stars. This is aged 19, 15, and 10 years from Kentucky, Indiana, and Tennessee. So a blended bourbon here, and obviously we've had it a couple of times.
We have. I haven't had it in a while, but I do remember liking it.
Yeah, definitely something that we enjoyed. I will say back in, I think it was July, we had a live stream. We opened this bottle and the Russell's 15. So some well-aged whiskeys were enjoyed that night. And we've been wanting to revisit this one to see just how good it is down the road. The live stream tasting, I thought we really enjoyed it.
Yes.
But let's see what's happening with this bottle now in a focused tasting just with this whiskey. I want to say before we get started on this tasting that this bottle, the MSRP on it is $280. Now we've seen it actually on the shelf in Indiana for $264. So, okay, it's very pricey. Yeah. We get that, but special occasion. So, what do you think of the nose on this one?
I think it smells wonderful. I think there's such a wonderful oak presence here. It's almost sugary too, so you get a lot of that deep, rich oak, but then it kind of has that sugary overnote.
Yeah, the overnote, I don't know what that means, but I can say that on well-aged whiskeys, a lot of times you get a ton of mature oak, and then it's either super wet or it's bitter, whatever it might be. This time around with this particular whiskey, the sweetness is what's standing out here. That sort of very oaky, brown sugary, molassesy goodness on the nose. And you're thinking with that age, it's going to go bitter. Don't get that on the nose at all.
No.
It smells very inviting.
There's also a nice hint of like dark cherry. Like you can tell these are going to be like deeper, darker flavors, even though I think there's going to be some sweetness there.
Well, it smells like a lot of things that I like.
Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Thanks for coming along. The nose is so enjoyable. I just wanted to waft in the aroma. Delicious.
Yeah.
It's got
The good tasting note for Phil on 4-year anniversary. You get the
I wasn't really, that first sip, I just wanted to just kind of like enjoy it. And then I'm so used to like start to give notes, right?
Yeah.
4 years in, you just want to kind of give what you want to say. And as I was going to give some flavor notes, I thought, I'm just going to sit here and enjoy it because it is really wonderful. The flavors are so good. So I'm going to jump into flavors, but the flavors are really nice and rich. There's nothing bitter. Like Phil said, with that age to me isn't always my favorite.
Yeah.
And so I always worry when things are aged really well, but the oak is wonderful. I think there's a nice sweetness here. It's only 98 proof. I think it's so flavorful and delicious.
It's shaped like an Old Forester bottle. It's got this giant metal topper. I mean, this thing is heavy. And it's kind of cool looking. You know, it's a classic design, but you wouldn't look at this bottle and immediately think, wow, that's a $280 bottle. I'm going to give a couple of tasting notes while I ruminate on that price because it's a lot of money, obviously. The thing that's crushing my palate about this whiskey, though, buttery, brown sugary, sweet molasses, sticky, a little spice, but good spice. It is a lot of things that I enjoy on a bourbon, and that is just bourbon goodness right there. You're not going to confuse that for anything else. That is so good.
Yeah.
It's rich, it's decadent, it's elegant. It is an elevated bourbon by every metric that I can imagine.
Cinnamon, dark red fruit. It's kind of creamy, delicious. I love the oak. I think it's delicious. I love this proof point for drinking. The flavors outweigh that proof point. It's just so nice and rich. No bitterness.
No.
I'm really enjoying it.
Right, and it clings to the palate, it clings to the glass. It's thick, it's rich, but it also coats like crazy and it doesn't go anywhere. It is the type of glass that you take a sip of and then you just sit with it for a while.
Yeah.
That finish is not going away. Really, really enjoying this. And I agree with you on that proof point. I think 98 proof is very nice. The bottle that we tasted this against back in July, which wasn't really a competition, it was just a couple of cork pops, Russell's 15. Now, Russell's 15, MSRP 250. This is MSRP 280. The difference, I think, is that the Russells that I've actually seen out and about behind counters is like $300, $400, $500 in some places. Tough to find it at MSRP. So if you got lucky and got that Russells for $250, great job, more power to you. Most of us did not.
Right.
And this one, though, MSRP of $280, and I've actually seen it under that a couple of times, and it is more attainable. It's readily available out there. The argument is going to be, well, the Russell's 15 is 15 full years, single distillery, and it comes in at, I believe, 115-ish proof. So they are trusting you to make your own decision on whether you want to add water or an ice cube to it and proof it down, or whether you want to drink it at 115 proof. That is the one thing that I have a bit of a problem with here. Just in general, whiskey that gets that expensive, I'm not always a huge fan of, but at 98 proof, bring that up about 10 points, and I think you've got something that's going to really appeal to not just the average whiskey drinker, but to the whiskey fanatic as well. In this case, I think that this is a great whiskey to give to your boss if you really want to impress him. If you're getting married and you want your groomsmen to be really happy, get them this. If you're going to a family reunion with your siblings and cousins and want to share something that with people you haven't seen for a year and you want everybody to be happy, okay, great bottle. It's an impressive bottle. It's delicious in every way. I think a lot of whiskey fanatics will be turned off by the price of this, and that's just the way it is. But I think that what you're getting here, flavor-wise, experience-wise, there's so much to like. And again, we did not purchase this bottle. It was gifted to us by the distillery. It's really noisy in this condo because there's construction upstairs, there's a fire department down the street, there's a busy intersection over here with cars honking.
City living.
It's really distracting, but the one thing that I am focused on right now is this delicious bourbon, and I'm thrilled with it. It makes me want to explore the rest of their catalog of whiskeys. I know they have other things, and if you see this bottle, if you're a big whiskey fanatic and if you've got the budget for it, I think it's a no-brainer. I think it's fantastic, and it's certainly one of the best whiskeys I've tried this year, maybe the best whiskey that I've sipped this entire year.
Love it. That is huge accolades. This is no doubt a special occasion whiskey for a special occasion. 4 years. We always joke about like we never thought we would make it, but honestly, I didn't really think we would make it this far.
What's been your favorite thing over the last 4 years?
Well, it's no surprise that the people are my favorite thing about doing this. We've met some amazing people, both, our Patreons, random people on the street that have just saw us at a liquor store and wanted to say hello, other channels. It's just been a blast. I think even though this is about whiskey, what I've always loved is how much the community loves our cats. Starting with Norman, who of course was just like the perfect little
old guy
model, to Mavis, who's fun and rambunctious or whatever. I don't care what they say. Like, it might be about the whiskey, but on this channel, they like the conversation and they love the cats. And that's just been so wonderful. I mean, we live in a world that people love dogs. So I'm trying to like let people know that the cats are where it's at.
Yeah, the cats are okay, everybody. And you mentioned all the friendships that we've made. The friendships with the distillers has been great too. We've met some great distillers in our travels, people that work at distilleries. They're just fantastic people out there in every state that we've been to. And that journey continues. We can't wait to meet many more this coming year in new areas of the country that we haven't been to. For me, it's the travels, it's meeting people, and it's, you know, the whiskey.
The whiskey is delicious.
It has to be a part of it. We are passionate about the whiskey. We do love the whiskey, and we've been, you know, it's a nice coincidence that our channel anniversary happens so close to Thanksgiving, because I think that for me, that's what it's all about. I'm very, very grateful to everybody that's tuned in, that's watched us over the years, that's supported us, and that has joined us in this whiskey journey and on the road. We wouldn't be doing this without all of you. So from wherever we are.
To wherever you are.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm going to try and get a haircut before the next video.
It's a little long.